Welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year's. It is literally midnight of New Year's. Actually, I think it's about 1 a.m. And we just got done with a double AR match. For some reason, they decided to put two of the tickets behind winning two AR matches. So I did do two of them. The first one I did a double because I was half asleep and I forgot that I had to do two of them. But either way, we're going to have a fun summoning sessions right now. We have 7 tickets for this new banner. We have 10 tickets for the returning banner. And we have 500 orbs. So the plan is very simple. We need to get 1 duo Dagr, at least 1 Lyre. I would like to get maybe like 2, maybe 3 even for fodder. And then we need a duo Peony because this account does not have duo Peony, surprisingly. It also does not have duo Dorothea. So we don't have any duo dancers with the double dance feature. And I have been missing out on that because that would be just amazing for my Gale Force teams, right? So that's the plan. After that, we're probably going to go, we might hit the Fallen banner because I have pity there, like a lot of pity. Because it didn't go too well on the Spark. I think I got 1 unit and I'm at like 4% pity. And then we might also go back to the Legendary banner and see if we can pick up a Yuri. So this is going to be one crazy summoning session. So, strap in and get ready. And let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, I guess we'll do this banner first. The goal, remember, is 1 duo Dagr and a Lyre. So if we get that early, we will leave. Because there are so many other banners to spend orbs on. So I don't mind like not sparking here. If I can just leave quickly, essentially. I'm not too worried about any other... Oh my god, it's a Hector. Let's go. That's an amazing first pull. That feels really good. I don't know if I want to... Like, he has been distant counter fodder since the account has existed. I have 1 Hector that I haven't foddered off. And I'm not sure if I want to keep him around, because he actually has that Berserk Armaz Refine that's super strong. So maybe I'll use him. I don't know if I want to summon any other colors here. Reginn is much better than I thought she was, but I'm not like super focused on getting her. Mostly just interested in greens and colorless. So as we summon, let's start talking about some of the units on these banners. I did talk about them a bit on my initial reaction, but I did miss a few things. One of the major things I missed out on was Reginn being much better than I thought she was. I completely forgot that Satyr Shell actually charges itself. So essentially she has Satyr Shell charged on turn 1, and then she also gets it recharged on turn 4. So she essentially has Canto turns 1 through 4, and then she also gets 2 Satyr Shells. So she's actually pretty strong. She's much stronger than I thought she was. And she's definitely going to be a bit scary. I don't really have a use for her at the moment though, so I'm not like super fixated on getting her as I summon on blue on accident. For some reason, I thought that was colorless. Whatever. We'll just pull here. Oh my gosh. We'll pull the whole circle. But yeah, she looks a lot stronger than I thought. And she does look very cute. But more importantly, her C skill. Like, her C skill is actually bonkers, insane, powerful. It's essentially like Duo Peony's weapon effect, but in a C slot. And while it can be very good on offense, like you could use it to like line up. Like, you could put it on a dancer, right? You could put it on Duo Peony and give, like, what, 10 attack or 11 attack? And, like, you line that up with, like, a Duo Lyn, and she's just going to shred whatever is in front of her. But even on defense, it's exceptionally good as well, because you can essentially use it on your defense team, and it will give 5 attack to everyone in a line, right? And usually your defense teams are lined up. And if you put it on multiple units, which I know is ultra whale territory, but I've seen it, it will essentially make it so that all those units have extremely high attack, and it will make it difficult to engage on them, but it will also make it extremely difficult for them to hit heavy blade checks against you. One of those whale tactics I've seen in like very high ether raids, like people who are scoring essentially max score, what they'll do is that they'll put joint drive attack on all their units. I think I'm actually just going to pull like everything. I'm just going to go orb efficiency here actually. Anyway, yeah, so they'll put joint drive attack on like all their units. What it does is just make their units extremely powerful and difficult to engage on, but it also just makes it impossible to win heavy blade checks because everyone's rocking like 80 something attack. So I could definitely see this being used in a similar way in whale territory. In normal territory, you're not going to see that, right? Most people don't want to sack their new shiny Reginn for her C slot. They're probably just going to use her as she is. But you never know, man. Like, if they would have given me Reginn instead of instead of Fafnir for the Orb pack, because I bought that, then I might have fought her for it, to be honest, because that skill is just absolutely insane. I would love to have it on Duo Peony, so she could just be a massive attack buff, you know what I mean? Like, Fedison with his 3 Duo Peonies, imagine if they all had that, like how powerful his duos would be. She would just be able to take out anything. It wouldn't even matter what it is. I'm not saying you should do that by any means. Like, Reginn's a very good unit. I wouldn't want to kill her, but eventually this skill will show up on somebody else probably. And when that happens, if it's like a bad unit, which it probably won't be, but if it is, you could sack them and then have a very powerful, like, ultra buffing dancer. Or you could use it on defense if you're a Super Whale. Anyway, let's move on to the next characters. So Fafnir's pretty interesting. He essentially is like... He's like a red cap Yuri, kind of. But the problem is that he's a cap. And usually that would be actually not bad, right? Like, technically you want ranged calves for hit and run typically, because they have the most movement. But the thing about Yuri is what makes him so insane is that he has that cav movement and he has the Canto, but he also gets to be infantry. So he gets all the ways to pre-charge his special, which is what Fafnir does not get. So Fafnir is going to struggle to run like an AoE build like Yuri can, because he can't run Time's Pulse. He also doesn't have cooldown in his weapon. So like you could run Valoria with him and get 2 off, but then, you know, after that, what do you really do? By no means do I think he's a bad unit, though. I think he's a very good unit. He's just up against like literally one of the best units in the entire game, right? I think Yuri might be like, honestly, I think he might be the best unit in the game at the moment. Obviously, that is not for every position. He's not one of those units who can kind of just like be put anywhere, like Brave Hector, right? The reason why Brave Hector's considered either like Brave Hector is easily top 5 unit in the game, and the reason for that is because he's so versatile. You can use him on offense, you can use him in defense, you can technically use him in arena, and Yuri can't exactly do that. He can be on defense and he can be scary, but he's definitely not just like a fix every situation, and he definitely takes more skill to use than Brave Hector does. You really need to be able to think out your plays and know how to hit and run, or know how to like properly place your units. Anyways, back to Fafnir. So yeah, Fafnir does have a lot of things going for him. I think he's going to be a very cool unit, and I could see myself maybe using him, I don't know where, maybe light season? I'm not sure, to be honest. But he's just, compared to Yuri, he just doesn't really reach the same standards. He's also red. Yuri's colorless, which is just better matchup against most units. So, and he's also more limited too. He's also a seasonal unit, so he's only going to be ran here, and then he'll be ran on a double special banner in the future. While Yuri is in the permanent pool, and Yuri will probably get a couple reruns. Like right now he's on the Legendary banner. He'll probably get a rerun when they rerun his banner from winning the contest, which I assume he will because he's a 3 houses unit. And then he could show up on another banner as well, so he's definitely much more mergeable in my opinion. And he's also just better, I think, too. He also has foul play, which is massive. In hit and run, I've found that foul play isn't always the best positional, because you kind of want to be able to reposition your dancer after you get danced. But it's so useful everywhere else, right? Like if you're doing Ashe strategies with teleport, foul play's amazing. If you're in Summoner's Duel, foul play's phenomenal. So yeah, Yuri is just kind of cheating. So anyone who has to compare to him, I feel bad, honestly. Man, we are not getting anything. I guess we got the Hector. Yeah, we got a Hector. But other than that, we're pretty far in with nothing. This is what happened on the Fallen banner too. I technically recorded that, but I wasn't really talking or anything, so I was pretty tired. And I wasn't sure who would actually be interested in that. But essentially what happened on that banner was I was mostly focusing colorless and blues for Dimitri and Fallen Edelgard. And I got one Fallen female Morgan in the beginning and then nothing after, all the way to Spark. So it wasn't like absolutely terrible, but I have a very high pity on the banner right now. And I kind of want to break it, which is not a good tendency to have, but it is what it is. Man, we are not getting much. I would like to get some green orbs because I would like to get duo Dagr. I'm guessing I'll just pick her up with the spark. We're already far enough in. There's a Lyre. Okay, there we go. At least we got the one. Definitely love Lyre. I don't really actually like her in Radiant Dawn. She's kind of a brat. That's a great IV. But yeah, she's kind of a brat in the game. I don't really like her that much. I like Lethe or Leith way more than her. But in FEH, she's pretty solid. So we'll keep going here. I guess she wasn't a 5-star. She didn't break my pity, but whatever. That's fine. She does come with a really strong PRF weapon. The only downside of a PRF weapon, honestly, is the fact that it has speed +3 instead of cooldown -1. Because if it had that, she would just be like an amazing Beast Force unit. Because she has special acceleration built into her weapon. She's got a great stat line. And she also gets a bit of true damage. She said she has like Flashing Blade 4 built into her weapon, which is just super solid. Also 6 attack and speed if they're above 75%. She's just really missing that one special cooldown, and that's actually like a big detriment because it means you either have to run Quick Impulse, not Infantry Pulse, or you need to run Bridal Raphael to fix that special problem. So it's a bit rough, but she's still very good, and I could definitely see people like merging her up. Also, she comes with attack speed catch 3. That is some phenomenal fodder. That's absolutely bonkers good. Like, I kind of want more of her just so that I can use that later on for fodder. I mean, even if you don't inherit attack speed catch 4 using that, just attack speed catch 3 is attack and speed +5. It's already better than Swift Sparrow 2 by quite a bit. Like, it essentially is a dual phase, right? Swift Sparrow, but better. So, it's pretty good. Man, we are not getting the color of orbs I want at all. Got one green, no colorless here. I was hoping to get a couple Lyres, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Oh, okay. Here comes Brave Ephraim. I have never really invested in a Brave Ephraim very much, to be honest. I don't think he's like that amazing. His refine is like solid, but it's not like phenomenal by any means. Do I want to pull on these blues? Yeah, I guess so. Try to be orb efficient here. Getting pretty high pity too. I think on Elder V's newest chart, he does like the summoning odds on his charts he puts out on Reddit and Twitter. Should definitely go follow him if you want to check those out. And I think blue is actually the worst color now, which is kind of insane because blue used to be the second best color. It was green, blue, colorless, and red. And then colorless became the worst. And now somehow blue is the worst. It just makes... like, it makes sense, but at the same time, like... it's not great. There's another Marcia. Not a great IV, but that's fine. Always happy to see more of her. Maybe I'll merge her up too eventually. So we can just have more Telly's units maxed out. She heard me. She's like, oh, you want more of me? Okay. Sure, why not? Good IV. Well, good boon, not good bane, but that's fine. Okay, we only have 4 more summons. We have a very high pity. Ugh, this is what I hate about sparking, is when you have, like, not the greatest luck. Like, I got 2 very good, oh, hey, let's go. I'm getting all the Tellius units. What's up, Tanith? You got a good IV? Yes, you do. But yeah, I kind of hate, like I'm at, like, 4.75. Like, holy crap, I'm at 4.75, and I really hope I can break the pity right here so I don't have to keep going anymore. I mean, technically I could just stop because the spark is here and I could just be a good person. But it's not very Oblivion Knight to stop when I have this much pity. I don't really want a 5-star Lyre either, though. Much rather have a 4-star. If it breaks the pity, whatever, I guess. There we go, yes! Another one. Perfect. See if we use her for... okay, that's a bad IV. We'll see if we use her for fodder or we merge her up. Not sure quite yet. It's always fun to have more beast units. At least that's how I feel. Like, I always like to build all the beast units I have, especially Tellius beast units. When it's a Fates beast unit, I'm like, maybe. Like, I have Keaton and I haven't really built him up much. Even though he can be pretty good, and when he gets that refine, he's gonna probably be insane because they're gonna give him the infantry refine where he gets the ignore the guard as well as the he can't have his special denied. So he's gonna be pretty strong with that special spiral build. Like Brave Weapon Special Spiral. He was definitely pretty good back in the day. I remember seeing a lot of people use him as like their AR Vantage tank, and he did a good job. Okay, so we're here at the Spark. We're definitely gonna grab Dagr. We're like 125-ish orbs down, I think. Definitely gonna pick up Dagr here. If it will load. Okay, yeah, we'll get Dagr, absolutely. We'll have 3 units on the banner. I'm not sure if I want to break the pity or not, if I'm being completely honest. I feel almost like it's bait. Like, I don't really need 2 daggers. I would like Reginn, but not like, she's not necessary by any means. I'm not sure what I should do. There's a Celestial Stone. Put her in that AR core, probably. Okay. What do I do? I'm at 5%. I'm at 5%. Okay, we have to break the pity. If I don't break the pity, it's going to drive me absolutely nuts. We have to break it. So we're just going to pull whatever's here and try to break this pity. Oh, this is not a good choice, but that tends to be a lot of the choices I make in this game. There's Abel. Okay, let's talk about Duo Dagr. We haven't even talked about her at all. She is... I think she's being slept on. Everybody's focused on her duo skill, and I think her duo skill is pretty good. It's going to be a bit tricky to use, but it is pretty good. But her as a unit is absolutely bonkers insane. Let's look at her weapon for a second. So her weapon is special cooldown -1, so that's literally the best effect, right? It's better than attack or speed. Effective against flying foes, normal stuff. If she initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, she gets -5 to all stats on the foe. Or she gets minus attack, speed, and defense. So that's essentially all stats, right? Because -5 attack is getting +5 defense and res, and then minus speed and minus defense, obviously, or minus attack. So essentially, she's getting +5 to all stats right there. But then she also has the effect where she inflicts penalty on foes' attack, speed, and defense during combat. Equals the current bonus on each of the unit's attack, speed, and defense. So what that means is that if you buff her up, she inflicts that buff on the enemy as a penalty. And this is absurdly strong. Because you have to think about it this way, right? She's essentially going to be chilling at her base stats. Then she gets +5 to all stats to that. So she's already got +5 stats up. Oh, that's a great pull. Muriel's great. Awesome fodder. Probably won't build her. I'm probably just gonna fodder her, even though it's a good IV. But so, and then right, let's say you buff her up. So let's say you give her +6 to all stats. So now she's at +11 to all stats already. But then she inflicts -6 to all stats, all relevant stats, attack, speed, and defense, to that enemy. Okay, there's the net. Does the net break my pity? I don't know. I think it's just minus like 1% or something, right? I can't believe I'm at 5.25. This sucks. Man game, really? You couldn't just give me a 5-star to break my pity? I don't even care which one it is. Anyway, so it's like a massive swing in stats. Oh, there's another one. What the heck is going on? I'm just getting all the pities now. Well, I think this destroys my pity. I don't really have a use for Dwessel, if I'm being completely honest. Though that's a good IV. Did I check a Net's IV? Bad IV. I wish you were Reginn instead, though, if I'm being completely honest. Anyway, so essentially you buff Dagr for +6 to all stats. Then you inflict -6 to all stats on the enemy. So it's essentially a 12 stat swing with her weapon. And then she gets another 5 to all stats on top of it. Like, she's a massive stat ball. Now, obviously this isn't perfect. If the unit has some kind of like dull ranged, then they'll cancel out her buffs and she won't get that effect. Or if they have a lull, that will cancel out some of the buffs. So there are definitely ways around it. But overall, it's a very powerful effect in her weapon. Like, her stat line, let's bring it up really quick. Her stat line is 41 attack, 42 speed. So very powerful offensive stat line. And then for her bulk, it's 27 defense, 22 resistance, which seems low, right? But you have to consider that she's going to be getting all those other stats. So she's going to be getting the 5 to all stats from her base weapon then the buffs on top of those, and then applying the debuff on the enemy. So she's just going to have a massive stat ball on her. I think she might actually be really good on ARD. We're at 3.25. That's fine. We're going to stop there. I don't mind the 0.25. Let's move on to this next banner. We're like 175 orbs down already. I didn't want to spend all these orbs, but it is what it is. Our goal for this banner, I don't care about anyone else but Duo Peony. We have 12 tickets. We are just pulling greens. Okay, back to Duo Dagr though, because I'm not done talking about her. She is like insanely bulky, and if you can find a way to give her buffs safely on defense, which isn't always the easiest, right? Because panic can be, it's not as prevalent as it used to be, but it does exist. So you have to be careful about that. But if you can get buffs on her on defense, she's going to like destroy people. And not only will she destroy people, she's going to survive a lot. I have no idea who else is on this banner. Let's go blue. Blue will maybe give us New Year's Valeria, and she's still very good. Nope, it's a Florina. Okay, that's fine. Pull back out. Just trying to hit a Duo Peony. Oh my gosh, game, really. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. But yeah, Dagr is going to be strong. And then the other thing I think everybody's been talking about is Pathfinder. The Pathfinder in her weapon is pretty good, and I could see it being used on Anima defense where we don't have Not, so that she can provide that. She is going to be taking up one of your key slots though, so you really need to make sure she can be threatening. And she is green, which is kind of not the best, but it's not the worst either, right? Hector's still prevalent. There's other tanks that are prevalent. I'm not sure there's very many red tanks at the moment, so it's not the worst color to be. I'm getting really annoyed we are not getting any green orbs. So we need to make sure that for sure. But then in Summoner's Duels, where I think a lot of people are concerned about her with her duo skill, I think she's not going to be ultra powerful, but I think she will be good. And the reason for that is because the duo skill is quite balanced in that mode, actually. Are you kidding me? How many is that? Is that 4 in a row with not a single green? This game hates me. Oh my gosh. So anyway, it takes one of your actions to do that. So you can't really do it like in the beginning of the match, because if you do that, they're just going to take the center from you and control the map. And if you lose map control that early in a Summoner's Duel, you pretty much lost typically. Unless they misplay. Oh, that's a good IV. Let's mark that real quick. So I think the way that you're going to have to use her is essentially you're going to need to build a team. There we go. There's some greens. You're going to need to build a team that is very strong at deflecting enemies. You're going to need someone who's going to... You're going to need a strong save unit, probably Ash to let the save unit get in. There's a road tree. And what you essentially want to do is stall for turn 1 and get your positioning good, where you have your threatening units threatening the center of the map, and then Dagr right behind them. And then on the following turn, you want to have initiative. So you want to end your turn... If you're on first player, you need to end it when you have the same amount or more like little orb thingies than they do. And if you start second, you need to have more orbs than they do and end your turn. So you have to get into position pretty quickly. And then you can use a duo skill, and then because all your units will be condensed on that side of the map, you'll increase the threat range massively, right? And what you can do then is like try to push them out of the square essentially, and then use Earthrending to push the square up towards you. And you kind of win by choking them out. I obviously haven't done this yet. This is all just theory crafting from my head. I just got the unit now, so I haven't gotten the chance to try it out. But I think that's how she'll be used. I think she'll be used as just like a threat magnet, essentially. She's going to just sit there, have a team around her of scary units and protective units. Maybe like Niffle even for damage reduction, and like a Brave Hector, Ash, and then like 2 threatening units with Kanto. So like maybe Yuri or Duo Corin, or maybe even Brave Erica. I'm not so sure about Brave Erica. And you have them in the front, and then you have her like in the center, and then the save unit protecting everybody. And then you kind of like just chokehold them out of the square. and you win by having essentially getting those points from having your lead unit inside the square. That's one way of doing it. I'm not sure if you're ever going to be able to use it offensively if the opponent you're against is good. It's not going to be easy to essentially throw away an action on a duo skill just to get extra range on your movement. Whenever I use duo skills in Summoner's Duels, it's essentially after I've like kind of checkmated them. Like I'll use duo Corrin to take out the unit that still has their action, and then they won't be able to threaten Corrin, and I can use the duo action to either retreat or take somebody else out. This is going terribly. This is not a good summoning session. I mean, I got duo Dagr off the Spark, and I got a few Lyres, but man, other than that, it's not going the best. It's making me a bit scared. Please give me a duo peony so I can leave. Nope, that's a fact. But yeah, I'm not 100%. I'm gonna have to test that out and see it. Maybe I'll do a video on it if I find out it's actually good. If it's just terrible, if I'm just completely wrong, it's just completely terrible, and it just doesn't work, then I probably won't make a video on it. But I'm definitely gonna test her out at the very least. Let's go. Okay, we are done. We'll use the last ticket and we'll call it quits. Do I want to pull the other green? I feel like that's greedy. We're not going to do that. I don't want to waste any more orbs. I don't need... I could use 2 duo peonies. Maybe I should have pulled that. I've seen Fedison with his 3, and it looks pretty nice. But I got the 1. I'm pretty happy. I'm very happy with that, actually. It's very, very good. Oh my gosh. Okay, my luck has turned around. I just had to complain a bit. Let's go. And we're getting a New Year's Leaf in the manuals, which is... Oh, good IV too. Which is amazing because she comes with low speed and defense. And attack spell with solo 3. That's not that big deal. But low speed and defense for free is absolutely amazing. I have her merged up though. I think she's at like +2 or +3. So I don't know if I actually want to sack that as fodder or if I want to use it or merge it. I'm not sure yet. So we'll have to see. Got 1 more ticket still. An insane amount of tickets. We'll go with blue. And then we'll call it quits on this banner here. I am very, very happy that was not very painful at all, considering how the first banner went. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Okay, the key to getting 5 stars is complaining. It is Selkie though, I'm not too happy about. I mean, I'll take her, she's free, right? But she needs a refine real bad. Her weapon is not good. Her attack stat is like actually abysmal. Okay, so we're done with the 2 New Year's banners. What should we do now? We are at 4% here. Do we want to try to break this pity? Or do we want to go into the legendary banner? Okay, we're going to try to break the pity. I might regret this. I don't want to go too deep though. We're just going to do blues. Do I want to do green for dive bomb fodder? I don't really want dive bomb fodder all that much. I mean, I kind of want it. Oh my gosh. Is that 4 5 stars back to back? That's insane luck. I have no use for Brave Hector. I'm not going to lie. I don't have any like goal of making a second Brave Hector. It's a good IV though. But that's amazing. Did not break the pity, unfortunately, though. So, gotta keep going. Maybe we can get a Fallen Elgard here. That would be insane. Just keep the 5-star luck rolling. Don't stop. Nope, that's Norn. Okay. Wow, that was insane. Holy crap. I don't really want more Morgans, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I have Dive Bomb fodder. I have 1 Dive Bomb fodder. And it's gonna go to Alencia whenever she is ready for it. I need to get her some flowers and stuff first and some more merges. But I definitely want to make that Alencia build. I'm also kind of nervous they're going to put her in all the forms eventually. And then I'll have wasted my dive bomb fodder. But you never know. Okay, nothing there. Also, at the end of this video, I guess we'll merge up Tibern. Because of those orb packs, and I know not everyone loves orb packs, a lot of people hate them. But I'm a whale. I enjoy orb packs, and whenever they give me a free unit, I'm always happy about it. But I'm really exceptionally happy when they give me one of my favorite units in the orb pack. That is awesome. Especially because my Pirate Tiburn is +5 right now, but I have 3 manuals of him. So he is +8 technically, and then we just got 2 more from the orb packs. So now he's gonna be +10. So we'll merge him up to +10, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Oh my gosh. Let's go. That's even... Oh, that might be better than Fallen Elgard. I think that's a controversial take, probably. But I don't have Louise. I love Louise as a character. She's not great IV, but that's fine. And she also comes with attack speed ideal 4. Yeah, that was a great pickup. Oh my gosh. I think that drops my pity. If that drops my pity to 3.25, we're done with this banner. I'm completely fine with that. Picking up a new infantry unit is always exceptionally good too, because we get those dragon flowers I desperately need. I need to get max dragon flowers on like all my favorite characters, which is just way too many now. My barracks is way too full. Definitely a whale first world problem, but I always want to, all my characters be at optimal power. So, do we throw the 3 at the red orb? Sure, why not? Maybe we'll get a male Fallen Morgan. I don't know what he even has. I think he just has a menace skill. Anything else? No. Okay, got Soleil. That's fine. Pretty sure my pity is down now, right? 3.5. That's good enough. I'm not going to spend any more orbs there. Okay, we have spent over 230 orbs already, but we still have this banner. And I'm going to be completely honest. I really, really, really love the colorless pool here. Female Byleth is awesome. Brave Erica is cool. I got a million Saroses. If you didn't see that summoning session, she just kept coming home. But I really love Yuri, and I haven't been able to get a single Yuri yet. I've gotten like 3 Brave Mariannes, and I got an Ashe too. I went back in with 40 orbs, and I got an Ashe and a Brave Marianne, which was very insanely lucky. We'll do blue here. So we're just going to go... How many orbs do I want to go in? I don't want to spend all my orbs here. Maybe 100? Or maybe like 1 5-star? I guess it depends on how lucky I get. If I get a 5-star quick, I might go for 1 more. Okay, that's a very good circle. That's an amazing circle. Give me 1 Yuri. Just 1 Yuri. I have the 1 Yuri right now. He's unmerged. And I would just like 1 more. I don't know if I would actually merge him. I'd probably use him in light season, to be honest. Because Yuri is really good, guys. I don't know if you know that, but Yuri is like S tier, SSS tier unit. And I would love to have him in light season so I could use him with Ashe. Oh, it's Jafar. It's Jafar. And you know what that means? Jafar is now +10 also. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I had him at +9, and I was kind of just waiting for his Resplendent to show up. Because I feel like his Resplendent will show up eventually. It might take a year, another year. But now I just have him at +10. So I'll +10 him, and then if the Resplendent shows up, I'll just throw that extra one, I don't know, into a combat manual or something. Oh my gosh, we're going to have 2 +10 units at the end of the summoning session, guys. I'm so excited. We'll do that at the end. We'll definitely do that. Oh my gosh. I'm like actually getting all like antsy. Oh. The summoning session started off a bit rough, but I'm pretty happy now. It's not the 5-star I was hoping for, not the Dagr unit. There's a large gap in power between Yuri and Jafar, but when it comes to characters, Jafar is by far my favorite character, my favorite Dagr character, I guess. He's like top 3 favorite fireman character ever. So, unfortunately, Yuri can't compare there, even though he is extremely good in game. Okay, there's another Able. I don't know if I even finished talking about that banner. I completely just got sidetracked. I think I did. I think I said pretty much everything I wanted to. Overall, pretty good banner. Honestly, I didn't really want to summon on it too much, but we were getting tickets, and I want to try out Duo Dagr, so I said, might as well. But typically, oh, let's go. Oh my gosh, this summoning session. This summoning session's phenomenal. Holy crap. Oh, the New Year's luck. The New Year's luck. Are you plus attack? If you're plus attack, you are not. You're plus defense. That's fine. AR core. Okay, we're just gonna finish the circle and call it quits. We're done. We are not gonna keep going. We're gonna stop while we're headed. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, my voice. Like, honestly, I just want to spend all my orbs on this banner because it has 3 of my favorite characters on it. But I'm not gonna do that. Definitely don't want to like over push your luck where you go from having amazing luck to bad luck. Because I've done that plenty of times before. Especially when I'm going for like a max merge legendary or a max merge mythic. You'll go through those nice little like, oh, I'm having really good luck, and then you'll go like 500 orbs and it's terrible. So we'll just finish this circle and call it quits. Maybe we can get a Legendary Byleth here. That would be cool. That'd be very cool. I don't think we're gonna get that. Yeah, maybe. Nope, it's Bowie. Bowie needs a Resplendent too. Not because of his art, just because he's a very good unit actually, and he just needs a bit more stats to help him out. Okay, I think that's all the banners, right? Don't think there's any more banners to summon. I mean, look how many banners we have up. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 banners. I guess technically I have this one, doesn't count. But 13 banners up right now. That's insane. Okay. Now let's end this video with a celebration of the new year. And the best way to do that is to merge up some of my favorite units in the game and some of my favorite characters in Fire Emblem. So we have Jafar first. Jafar was the very first unit in Fire Emblem Heroes that I spent money on. He was on that horrible banner with like 7 units and he was sharing color with everybody. And I spent, I think, $40 and I felt horrible at the time. I was like, I can't believe I'm spending money on a gacha game. And now look at me. But we have plus 10. Oh, plus 10 Jafar. That is such a good feeling. Let's check him out real quick. We can look at this stat line. This stat line is offensively bad. It is. He doesn't even have 58 attack.
I know of joy, sorrow.
Okay, Jafar, no monologuing. 48 attack. He doesn't have Dragon Flowers yet, to be fair. I do want to get Dragon Flowers for him and put him up to that 52 attack. But man, 52 attack and 41 speed is nothing to write home about. I don't think Klaus counter build works anymore. I used to use him for ether rates. He was my first Vantage tank, and he actually could win matches. I just had to be extremely precise. I had to make sure I got everybody down to 1 HP with all the splash damage, and then he could take people out. That was pretty much the only way. So I'm not sure what I would do with him now. Maybe I just have to stack speed and attack in his A and his seal so he can kill things. I don't know. But I definitely am looking forward to his Resplendent and getting to use him. Okay, now let's go and let's merge up Pirate Tiburn, or Tibarn. I don't say Tiburn. So the thing about this, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually kind of bad. So what happened is that I merged him up to this point and I gave him a whole bunch of Dragon Flowers, and it gave him so much HP that he couldn't get in the Wings of Mercy range anymore. Not reliably, because it puts him at like 62 HP with mythic buffs. And so if you hit a 30 lightning trap, he's no longer in Wings of Mercy range. So I had to get into a combat. So it's like actually super tricky, and it actually made him kind of bad as an engagement unit by merging him up, which is ridiculous and stupid that, you know, merges make him actually worse at his job. But that's just kind of how it is. So what I might have to do is I might have to use the Fury Seal on him actually, so that when he attacks, he gets some more recoil damage, and then maybe he could get into Wings of Mercy range then. But if not, whatever. We're just going to plus 10 him because I love Tibarn. Tibarn is easily one of my favorite Tellius units. He's probably my favorite Lagoos. Is there anyone I like more than Tibarn? I like Ranulf a lot. Ranulf might be like a close second. But Tibarn is just like so amazing. And I love him as nice solo too, but Tibarn's just, he's a complete badass. And not only is he a complete badass, he also is like that protective, like not father figure, but older brother figure to like Raisin and Leanne. and I just love their relationship, and I love how him and Ike kind of like go back and forth. I don't know. He's just such an amazing character. And I wanted to originally merge the original Tibarn to +10, but he had sturdy impact. And I needed sturdy impact fodder on so many characters that I just couldn't ever justify doing it. But now that Pirate Tibarn is here, we have him at +10. So he's going to be at what, 65 HP? So if he hits a 30 lightning trap, he'll be at 35, and then with Fury, he'll be at 29. So he will be in Wings of Mercy range. So that does work. We do lose 3 attack, but that's fine. He does gain more bulk too. Either way, I can't wait to try him out. Maybe I'll do a showcase of just Pirate Tibarn, and I won't even use him for Gale Force. Maybe I'll just use him to destroy people. Because he does have -1 special cooldown and Heavy Blade.
You'd like to don pirate garb too, is that it?
So he can like Luna, or he can like Draconic Aura and kill a lot of things as well. Oh man, this is so cool. I feel so happy about this. Two of my favorite units, my favorite characters are now fully maxed out. Oh, this summoning session was absolutely phenomenal. I really just am beyond excited and just happy with how well this went. Whew, I'm gonna take a breath for a second. Take it all in. If you enjoyed this summoning session, please drop a like and subscribe, but more importantly, drop a comment. Tell me what you are looking forward to this year in FEH, or just even outside of FEH. Just whatever you're excited about, I want to hear about it, because right now I am on Cloud 9. I feel amazing. There's so many great games coming out this year, and FEH is also just in a good place, I think, right now. Summoner's Duel definitely helped it out. It gave us a way for the community to really interact and have some PvP and also just engagement. So I'm feeling pretty good about this game. There is definitely, problems with the game, but I feel like they can address those in time. And we're also in that anniversary month. We're going through January. We get to spend, the first half kind of just chilling. Then we get the new heroes banner, and then we go right into CYL voting, which is always super fun and exciting. I cannot wait for that. Always fun to see those midterm results and see who's catching up, and then see the final results to see who overtook who. I'm really looking forward to that. And then also all the anniversary events. So it's a great time to play Fire Emblem Heroes. So make sure you drop a comment. Tell me what you're excited about, because I want to hear about it. And I'll catch everybody tomorrow with more Fire Emblem Heroes. See you then. Bye.